Breaking news. Indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, criticizes ASARI DOKUBO for his recent remarks on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, on Igbos in general, on the IPOB, on ESN, and on Biafran people. The IPOB have gathered their momentum. Now it is time to reply ASARI DOKUBO. DOKUBO, be rest assured that you must surely collect woto, because he who fetches anti-fested firewood invites the lizard for dinner. You have fetched anti-fested firewood. We don't even know that the killing that is happening, the ethnic cleansing and the religious cleansing that is happening in our own land and in southern Kaduna is being carried out by ASARI DOKUBO, the jihadists that have been trained by the Muslims. Yes, he was a deeper life and converted to Muslim under the regime of Muammar Gaddafi, simply because of stomach infrastructure. But then he didn't use it against the people of Libya. He's using it now against our own people. The militia we have in Bubagu are comprises of Ijo youths, Fulanis, and few criminals from the Igbos. And that is why they keep on killing people even without not missing words. Now, the real deal is out. ASARI DOKUBO, they don't hold you in your sukrutum. You must surely vomit all you have eaten, or all you have eaten, or all you have ate. English is too much, you must surely vomit. So, it was your plans with Hope Uzodinjo, because Hope Uzodinjo have turned to be a Supreme Court governor of Imo State, which no one supported. And at the end, he surely did the script they give to him to make sure that the youths of Imo State are being reduced to nothing. We don't even know that you are the one that connived with him and the devil Maye to be doing all these heinous atrocities being committed in our own land. Your cup have food. You have already made the confessional statement on the so-called our beer parlor or beer office called ASAROK, because ASAROK have become a beer parlor now. If a miscreant like ASARI DOKUBO can go there to the state house to make a kind of statement, that means Nigeria have finished. Nigeria don't have any security anymore, and anybody can walk into ASAROK and walk out as long as you have connection to the big shots inside there. That is exactly what happened. And inside that place, he made that confession without nobody knowing exactly what he say. He said his men, his security men, he even called Abuja that you can drive from Abuja. Who drive from Abuja now to Kaduna? Who can drive from even common train from Abuja to Kaduna was attacked, whereby billions of nairas are being made from that. And I'm very sure that your hand is in it. Anyway, my wonderful people, please, I don't want us to talk too much. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment, because ASARI DOKUBO is going to collect woto from now on. You should mark my word. I am not a saboteur, so don't call me one. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, criticized ASARI DOKUBO for his recent comment directed at its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Igbos, the IPOB ESN, who is currently detained by the Department of State Service on a charge of alleged treason. In response to DOKUBO's harsh words against the Igbo people and their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB accused the DOKUBO of contributing to the destruction of Igbo community and their unfair persecution of our youths in the past 4 years of Hope Uzodinjo. IPOB pointed to a recent interview where ASARI DOKUBO, the good head, himself confirmed his involvement in the security operations in several states, including Imo and Kaduna. When we make Kaduna win and southern Kaduna, all are being killed Christians. Ethnic cleansing and the religious cleansing, that is the jihadist agenda of ASARI DOKUBO and his cohorts. The group believes DOKUBO's statement confirms his alleged role in mass abductions and the killings in these regions. IPOB spokesman Emma Powerful stated, "This is the time to call out ASARI DOKUBO for the mass killings that are going on in Imo State, Anambra State, and in southern Kaduna. Recall that that same ASARI DOKUBO is a Fulani trained Islamic jihadist. He must be held responsible for all the extrajudicial executions of innocent citizens that have been happening in recent times. We are here. We have interviewed dozens of victims and eyewitnesses who told us that the perpetrators of men they allegedly identified as a Bubago militia working in partnership with Nigerian security officials in Imo State. We have also profiled these murderous men in Bubago and found out that many of them are imported terrorists. We are reliably informed on several occasions that most of the militias are Niger Delta and Fulani boys, allegedly recruited by ASARI DOKUBO and bankrolled by Imo State Governor. Two of the Bubago boys themselves actually told us that they were allegedly working for ASARI DOKUBO in Imo State. So that is why he had the gut to tell us, say, look at how we are dying woto. Yeah. Magana, everything is just they come out small. ASARI DOKUBO cannot change like a pig, no matter what. He cannot change. We are blaming the Ijaw people for keeping mute over the insult and disparaging of Ndigbo by ASARI DOKUBO. Ndigbo must drag it with ASARI DOKUBO. He must understand that Igbo people are not cowards in the world. ASARI DOKUBO is too small for what Igbo can do. Only himself, breeze can blow him away. According to IPOB, when the gods want to kill a man, they first make him mad. The pro-BIAFRA group that said that DOKUBO has anger and bitterness problem that makes him expose his stupidity, which will destroy him. ASARI DOKUBO, the double agent, will end up in the belly of his sponsors. IPOB further stated the double agent, ASARI DOKUBO's viral videos where he was campaigning and supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are still online. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in prison in 2015, he gave an order that a sum of 20 million naira is released to ASARI DOKUBO to train some IPOB volunteers. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did that to put him to the test and to give ASARI DOKUBO a chance to reveal his real mission in the Biafran struggle. Instead of the training the volunteers as is promised, ASARI DOKUBO allegedly arranged with DSS to arrest many of our volunteers. If cost IPOB fortunes to bring it cost IPOB fortunes to bring them out of DSS custody. That incident was the time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB realized that ASARI DOKUBO was a DSS agent who was sent to infiltrate IPOB. When ASARI DOKUBO was asked to refund the 20 million, he became furious and started blackmailing and threatening IPOB members. ASARI DOKUBO displays his evil agenda early enough, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB distanced our struggle from him. Again, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came out of the prison, ASARI DOKUBO and his gang allegedly sold him out to Nigerian military, who went to his residence in Isiama, Afaruku, Ibeku, Umuahia, to assassinate him. But Elohim, Chukwuokiabiama, helped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to escape by the whiskers. Since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB distanced themselves from ASARI DOKUBO, he hasn't ceased to accuse IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of wrongdoing. Nnamdi Kanu is a sound intellectual whose integrity and character haven't been questioned. He is not in the league of militants, treasury looters, and destroyers who speak from both sides of their mouth like ASARI. In a sane society, ASARI DOKUBO should have been in jail for the destruction of national assets such as the oil pipelines and equipment and for oil rectoring. Unfortunately, Nigeria is a banana republic. Nigeria is a country that rewards terrorists, thugs, and criminals while persecuting the innocents. We are waiting for ASARI DOKUBO to dig his own grave, which he has already started in his recent interview at Abuja. His hatred of Ndigbo and his quest to destroy IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through sabotage will buy him the same baggage of dishonor as Ken Sarowiwa. He will end in the same belly of his bed masters. This is the word of the IPOB. Thanks be to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Hey, I don't finish work here. Just in, my dear people, suspended the EFCC chairman have been whisked away from DSS headquarters to an unknown destination. And I told the reason simply because after the meeting with the present administration and the past administration, where the past administration tell him that he should do what? That he should not probe him, that is the Buhari and his cronies, because of the kind of work he's doing. The secret visit that our so-called president is going to the United Kingdom is to go and meet Buhari. In the meeting they are doing to meet Buhari, and where Buhari have made that suggestion and he have already pledged it and acknowledged that he will not probe either him or his cronies. That night is the night that EFCC boss was whisked away. Make on go hear the main detail that very soon Emefiele will also be whisked away, because those are the accomplices of the corruption that happened in the past government. That is why all these people completed their tenure as 8 years in office. Make on wait you. A lot of things is still on the way. I'm coming. The suspended chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdulrasheed Bawa, had been whisked away from the Department of State Service, DSS headquarters in Abuja, to an undisclosed private facility, Nigeria News learned. It was gathered that the embattled suspended anti-graft agency boss was moved to another facility to have total control over him after they reportedly refused to cooperate with the secret police as they seek a statement from him in their custody. Bawa was quoted to have told the investigators earlier that the DSS have no right to detain him without charges. Hence, his refusal to write any statement in custody. However, on Tuesday, a source who reportedly spoke with the Sahara reporters on the matter disclosed that Bawa had been moved from the DSS headquarters to one of its private facilities. They have taken Bawa from DSS headquarters to one of their private facilities to have total control over him after he refused to write statements requested from him. The top security source who spoke an anonymity reportedly said Nigeria reported that Bawa has been in detention along with the suspended governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele. The duo were suspended by President Bola Tinubu a few days after his inauguration into office as a Muhammadu Buhari's successor. Bawa and Emefiele are accused of corrupt practices and abuse of office. As if that one is not enough, we're gonna hear the real deal. Nigerians have to sacrifice. That is what our so-called governor, the president, the paratatas, all the ministers, and Nigerians have to tighten their seatbelt. But these people, are they really ready to tighten their own seatbelt? That is the issue. Are they ready to tighten their own seatbelt? If you people see the kind of what do they call it? The kind of convoy that welcomed the so-called president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, my dear, you will marvel. Over 120 something vehicles is on the way. All these vehicles are being fueled by the taxpayers' money. Yet, these people want Nigerians to do sacrifice, but they themselves cannot cut the cost of governance. Instead, they want to increase their salaries by 114%. And you tell me that the country will be good. Mao, make on a think abeg. Unless all these people, all of them die once, all of them just put them inside one hole, put fire there. That is the only way that Nigeria can be better. If not, then with their allies in the UK, in the US, in other European countries, even in the United Nations, they have allies there that is working against Nigeria. To them, they are working for Nigeria, but they are totally working against everything that concerns Nigeria. Insensitive and wasteful. Tinubu under attack over long convoy in Lagos. President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has come under social media attack following his arrival in Lagos on Tuesday. Nigeria reported earlier that the Nigerian leader arrived in the state yesterday from his private visit to London after a successful outing at the Paris Finance Summit. Tinubu was last seen in the state before his inauguration as Nigeria's president on May 29, 2023. He was, however, received at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, yesterday by a large crowd and a long convoy reportedly belonging to top political officials and admirers. Nigerian news learned that Tinubu's convoy was followed by that of Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the National Security Advisor, the Navy Chief, the Army Chief, the Police Inspector General, and the top government officials. Some Nigerians, however, berated the exception, describing the long motorcade that followed the president to his private residence as wasteful and insensitive by Tinubu. As seen in viral videos online, multiple SUVs queue behind each other, speeding ahead and behind the president's official car as he was escorted home yesterday. Condemning the development, a tweet at Opebi said such display of convoy shows the insensitivity of political office holders to the hard times currently faced by Nigerians. I feel very constrained to speak out on issues like this. Yesterday it was Speaker with 34 heads. Today it is the opulent display of convoys. You can't ask the masses for austerity and live ostensibly. I personally would not support any policy that further inflicts pain, the guy lamented. We hear the netizens. The netizens further declared that Nigerians will be forced to resist any further pain as a result of new political if the government won't cut down on waste, asking what sacrifices they are also making in this austerity period. If the government refuses to cut down on these excesses, the masses must be ready to resist any further pain that speaks insensitivity to their plight. Our leaders must lead by example. What are the sacrifices of our leaders? Okay, what are the sacrifices our leaders are making or willing to make in this painful and austerity period? I am listening. Someone should please educate me, he asked. See other mixed reactions below from the netizens. Its son Letosi wrote, replying to as ST freaking Casey said, even if he no one carry convoy, people go follow am with their own cars. We be black. Na so we dey run our thing. Ordinary cultist leader sef finish for school. Squad gather with cars from a different school. See na him buy the cars. No criticism. Our praise those convoy, please. Nderi Yari Baba, the street credibility is 100%. At the 10 slots, replying as some friends, he said, Pastor, see how happy you are, as if your life is better under APC and Tinubu administration. Last, everybody go get all right. Shebi, you done the hustle for your own monthly token. They will pay you. Continue indeed. At Zenan wrote, the man that goes to France and could not even make a speech comes back home and a full military parade is laid out for him at the airport. What is all this convoy and parade for? Waste of scarce resources. Okay, you are noted. At the official _P road, Tinubu failed to secure investment in Paris. He lost his voice when he was given an opportunity to speak. He failed to establish a good relationship with other African leaders. The weakest outing by any president so far. Well, my dear, your mouth is too bad though. Anyway, let us continue. But Bola Tinubu returned home with 120 convoys. Shameful. Shame on top of our government officials. At Hubris, Osis wrote, a liar is always lavish of oaths. The gratification of wealth is not found in more possession or in lavish expenditure. There will be more borrowing. Okay, there will be more borrowing in this administration than in previous ones. Well, it seems that is what we are going to face. At Onyai, Nigerians are making lots of sacrifices. Fuel prices, electricity, school fees increase, etc. Government on its own part just need to adjust. The least they can do is to reduce the cost of governance. Actually, irresponsible moving with this size of convoy is a waste. Things need to change, according to this our brother. So my wonderful people, I don't hear Rambo. I will have another situation here another situation at hand here. He is creating problems for himself. This one they are talking about senators don't slam Akpabio for snubbing them days after he been elected in office. Reports have indicated that some senators are angry with the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, for becoming inaccessible days after his election. A source told Vanguard that the senators are angry with Akpabio following Monday's appointment of the Chief of Staff and Deputy Chief of Staff to the President of the Senate, who are both from the South and are Christians. Okay? And are Christians. So they complain and are Christians. But at the federal level, you people are having Muslim ticket. Let us continue. A senator from the North also informed the aforementioned publication that despite the existing practice where the Chief of Staff to the President of the Senate and the Deputy are chosen from the North and South and also reflect the two faiths, Christianity and Islam, Akpabio decided to snub the North. Okay, the senator said he doesn't seek advice. How can he appoint Chief of Staff and Deputy Chief of Staff from the South? The deputy should be from the North. He is creating problems for himself. If he had sought my advice, he would have taken his Chief of Staff from the South and Deputy from the North. It is wrong, according to them. Okay, I don't feel I'm right, but on our President and Vice President, which is a Muslim. I talk about Christians. We're gonna hear this one. Hotels and apartments close to Tinubu's private residence fully booked as lobbyists storm Budullion for ministerial appointments. And I saw it team B. It's all right. Ministerial appointment now is not by merit, it's by lobbying. Once in lobby, on a sign agreement, your returns and everything is in place. Following his return to Lagos State on Tuesday, hotels and apartments close to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's private residence in the state in Budullion Street, Ikoyi, have reportedly been fully booked. Nigerians understand that hotels and apartments close to Tinubu's Lagos residence were fully booked since it was announced that the president would spend his summer holidays in Lagos. The president arrived in Lagos yesterday, following his trip to France and the United Kingdom, a secret one. He had attended the Financial Pact Summit on a new global financing pact in France last week and proceeded to United Kingdom for a secret visit. According to a statement signed by the President's Special Advisor on the Special Duties, Communications and Strategy, Dele Alake, Tinubu will join fellow Muslims faithful for the 8 prayers today at the Obalande 8 prayer ground located at the Dodan Barracks. However, sources close to the president told the Guardian that politicians lobbying for the ministerial appointments have temporarily located to the Ikoyi axis of Lagos Island to celebrate El Kabir with the president. The source said, I can tell you that the president will submit the name of his ministers to the Senate within the next 2 weeks, and I can assure you that there will be more women and youths in the cabinets as Nigerians have never seen before. This platform understands that the Progressive Governors Forum has submitted names of some immediate past governors to represent their interests in the new cabinet. Some other names that may make the cabinet include former governors Kayode Fayemi, Ekiti State, Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano, Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna, Ike Hakim of Imo State, and Boyaga Oyetola of Osun State. It was also gathered that the former Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike may be on the list. Also, it was learned that the wife of the late former governor of Oyo State, Florence Ajimobi, is being considered for an appointment, but the state governor, Seyi Makinde, is said to have nominated Joseph Tegbe, who lost his senatorial election to represent Oyo South. Recall that the presidency had earlier announced that President Tinubu will spend Wednesday and Thursday